Everybody, if I get all your attention. And in the room, if over to my right in front of me, if some of you want to move over, there's plenty of room. Come over and don't be shy. A lot of room in this new building. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sheriff Baldwin and Franklin County, and we invited everybody to come today for the ribbon cutting of our new communication center. And this is a project that has been going for quite a long time. We found out years ago that we had to vacate the current location. So working with the county commissioner's office, county administration, a lot of locations worked at, a lot of plans, trying very, very hard to be responsible in the budget. None of that worked out. And we found ourselves in a position where we had to move and working very hard with Deputy County Administrator Chris Long. I know she's out here, back here. Earlier this year, we decided to build a new comm center right here where you're standing. And because it's county-owned property, financially responsible, and it worked out very well. We didn't actually break ground in this location until March. And all of a sudden, we're done. And for a public building project, that's almost unheard of to go that quickly. But it worked well, and it took a lot of people working together to make that happen. A large team. And a lot of that credit goes, about all the credit goes to, like I said, the County Board of Commissioners and the county administration. And I will say, I think in this county, we kind of have the dream team of commissioners because they have been very good at managing the budget, being very responsible for the community, but also ensuring that the sheriff's office and other offices are properly funded. And what you're seeing is a lot of thought in making sure that not only do we have a state-of-the-art facility, it's built for the future. This is something that we don't have to come back to the Board of Commissioners in a couple of years and say, oh my gosh, technology passed us up, now we have to do something else. This is built with that in mind. What you see today almost looks like a Star Trek type setting. You know, back in my day when I began in law enforcement, a run came in the radio room, you wrote it down on a 3x5 card, you ran up to the dispatcher, you gave it to them, and they aired the run and wrote the disposition, that was it. Now you come into, we had a computer-aided dispatching error came in, but now this is a information center. I know they're called a 911 call center, but this center brings in all kinds of technology. I mean, now we have videos coming in live. We have instantaneous information from all kinds of sources, and the dispatcher that once handled that one little 3x5 card now sits at a center that I wouldn't even know where to begin. I have enough trouble with my iPhone just figuring out where I'm at on it. But you can look at all these monitors, and what that equals is life-saving work that's being done by the men and women that are now, I don't call them contexts. They used to be dispatchers, then they're contexts. I call them angels of information because they truly are managing information that saves lives. And some people ask, why do we need all this technology? In the old days, and I'll give you an example, if a robbery went out and we got a call that a white over red car was seen with 2 occupants involved in the robbery and it's taken off. Every car that matched that description got stopped because we're looking for the suspect. And I can tell you from personal experience, one of those white over red cars was occupied by 2 people, a man and a wife on their way to church. So it really wasn't the robbery suspects. By having this kind of information that comes in from all different sources, whether it be camera systems or whatever it is, drones, we are pinpointing who the suspects are, the vehicles, accurately. And we're not having those incidental contacts that many times result in a bad confrontation. We're able to pinpoint our resources, our efforts exactly where they need to go. And that's safety for us and safety for the public. So again, I want to just express my thanks to the men and women that will occupy this room. The hard work they do is really, really challenging, very difficult. I especially want to thank the County Board of Commissioners because they've done a fabulous job. And the county administration, along with all the other people that are here today. I've seen people from Bill Veeder from Grove City is here. I see Nick from the engineer's office. And but welcome to everybody. We're glad you're here, and thank my staff for being here on board because this is a vitally important step in the safety of our residents in Franklin County. With that, I'm going to introduce a man that's become a good friend of mine since 2015, Commissioner John O'Grady. And just a word about John. He not only is a really great commissioner, he's a great family man. And I've seen that through the years. John cares about the county like he cares about his family, and that's a very positive thing. He worries about the budget. He worries about doing the right thing always. As a sheriff, I always tell them I don't have enough money in my budget. We all say that. But the commissioners and county administration ensure we have the adequate budget, and that's very important. We have what we need to do our jobs appropriately. And with that, thank you all for coming, and I'm going to step away, and Commissioner Grady, thank you. Thank you, Sheriff.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. You know, the sheriff keeps telling everybody that thanking the Board of County Commissioners for creating this room and creating this this communications center. So I just want to, on behalf of my colleagues, Kevin Boyce and Erica Crowley, I'm going to take all the credit. We did all of this. We built all of this. We came in here, set it all up, constructed it all. I mean, he keeps saying that we did it, so I'm just going to say that we did. We did it all. But, you know, it is great to be in here. You know, this, first, you know, thank you, Dallas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the kind words. But thanks to you and to Chief Earl Smith for looking behind the scenes and looking at, taking a firsthand look at how 911 calls are handled and really helping to put this brand new facility together. When it was obvious that it became necessary for us to move the 911 operations center to a new building, we saw it as you guys saw it, and we saw it as an opportunity, not just to relocate, but to then modernize and strengthen this facility and how we're doing all this and how the connectivity across our public safety operations would operate. So the sheriff's office needed a new space that could keep pace with all the new technology that drives modern law enforcement and emergency response. The old center was built back at a time when deputies didn't even have computers in their cars, and we've come a very long way, obviously. And as this county continues to grow, so does our responsibility. And we've got to continue to be able to protect and serve the residents. And so that's what this building is going to be able to help us do. So all of these state-of-the-art features that are in here expand the dispatch capabilities and the modern infrastructure that enhances communications and strengthens daily operations. It improves the efficiency for our first responders. So we should thank everybody that was involved with this project. From the design phase through the construction, the facility, as he was saying, it came together in just 5 months. That's unbelievable. So there's a lot of people in here that we would have to say thank you to. Our construction folks, the management people, the technology partners that are here with us today, and the utility folks that are here with us today as well. Congratulations to everybody that had a hand or a role, part of the role in helping to bring this whole place together and get us across the finish line. So now I'm going to bring up here our County Administrator, Ken Wilson, who's going to have a few words as well.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Commissioner O'Grady. This is truly a very dynamic facility to be put together in such a short period of time. 900 North Hague Avenue has become what I would say a national model as it relates to law enforcement facilities. I can remember when much of this was just a concept, but this is a reality, and it definitely reflects the type of facility that is needed in what is now the largest county in the state of Ohio, serving nearly 1.4 million residents. When our residents dial 911, they can be assured that they have dedicated men and women with the most advanced technology available to make sure that they receive the help that they need. In Franklin County, as Sheriff Baldwin stated, we face challenging times today. We've faced challenging times in the past, but we don't compromise public safety. Public safety is a #1 priority for Franklin County, Ohio. And collaborations are what we do well. We collaborate together, and both the public and the private sector make facilities like this possible and allow us to do things in a double AAA way. Not for bragging purposes, but for to ensure that every resident every day, as we like to say, receives the best services possible. So as county administrator, having to oversee a budget of $2.2 billion is challenging. When I look at facilities and things such as this, I see the budget line items behind it. But I know that most importantly, it's about the people. It is about the people we serve. And under the leadership of President Erica Crawley, Commissioner John O'Grady, and Commissioner Kevin Boyce, I stand here with confidence as administrator and know that I have the leadership and the support and working with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office to make things like this possible. And I also have a great team within county administration. We all are dedicated to the cause of serving people. And that now allows me to introduce Deputy County Administrator Chris Long.
Thank you, Administrator Wilson. I'm so pleased to be here today for the call center, 911 call center ribbon cutting. Commissioner O'Grady touched on this earlier, but Franklin County has taken a proactive leadership role on critically important projects that serve the community, but often don't get recognized or thought about until the services are needed or a major event occurs. But this is the role of government at its best, providing for the needs of the community, especially in times of crisis, and being forward-thinking. Here are just a few examples. The Forensic Science Center, the morgue, toxicology, histology unit, carefully planned in advance, but opened the spring of 2020, right at the beginning of COVID and the height of the opioid epidemic. The Correction Center, providing best practices for both the staff and detainees. A recent partnership between the county and Adam H. For the new Crisis Center, providing 24/7 support for adults experiencing mental health and addiction service related crises. And now a state-of-the-art 911 call center with the technology and operations that our residents expect and deserve. These are the types of projects that Franklin County does really well, thanks to the leadership of the Board of Commissioners and other elected members like the sheriff in Franklin County. This ended up being a bit of a blessing in disguise. The county sold the property downtown, Dorian Commons and the Carnes building, to the city of Columbus so that they had a space to build their new municipal courthouse. But by doing so, the sheriff's office operations in the Carnes building needed to find a new home, including the 911 call center. And after, as the sheriff mentioned, diligently reviewing several options, the county-owned property here where you're standing at Hague Avenue, already housing other sheriff's office operations, was chosen, and we couldn't be more pleased with this location. You are standing in the state-of-the-art 911 call center built to withstand 250-mile-an-hour winds and a bunker in a way that makes sure that this space will always be here to be protected when crises arrive. It also recognizes the critical and challenging jobs of the 911 call staff themselves, having an environment that they deserve, doing incredibly challenging work on behalf of all of us in Franklin County. There's several people, before I turn it over to the Sheriff's Office, that we wanted to thank. First of all, before turning it over to Chief Earl Smith, the county's Public Facilities Management Team, led by Director Darla Reardon. She has personally been involved each step of the way, and I wanted to publicly thank her for her work on this project. She also has an incredible team. I want to highlight Charlie Volpe, the project manager, and Randy Knox, Assistant Director of Construction, for their tireless efforts, Jay Willett, technology extraordinaire, and also Jill Volpe, who handles all of the construction contracts and payments to make sure that this project advanced both procedurally and financially. This could not have come to fruition without County Purchasing Department, led by Director Megan Perry-Ballinier, and the Prosecuting Attorney's Office, with Janine Hummer and Jesse Armstrong in particular. The Data Center, led by Adam Frumkin, intimately involved, as well as Jeff Young, Franklin County's Emergency Management Agency lead. Pizzuti Solutions, the county's owner's rep, in particular Cigarette Parks, who kept all of us in line and made sure that this happened in the time frame that it deserved and was here keeping everyone on point. And we have wonderful partners, as Commissioner O'Grady mentioned, including Elford, Schooley Caldwell, Corda, too many to name, but everyone came together to make this space, as you see it here, come to fruition in the time frame that it needed. And of course, our partnership with the sheriff and your team, Chief Smith, who we'll be hearing for shortly, and the team behind Chief Smith have been a driving force in the vision, and especially Trevor Farrell, who could not be here today, but has had an unwavering vision to make sure this came to life. So now it's my honor to introduce Chief Earl Smith to provide some additional remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Chief Deputy Earl Smith. I am responsible for the Support Services Division, and which includes the Emergency Communications Center. I'm sitting here struck by, I look out here and look out at the crowd and all the people that are here today that really worked really hard to make this happen today. It's really good to see everybody here, but it's an honor to welcome everybody here today for this ribbon cutting ceremony. Today, we not only celebrate this brand new building full of technology, but we also celebrate the people and the partnerships and collaborations that we had with all these other people that were involved in this project. So the Emergency Communications Center and all of its construction next door. I don't know if you walked in from the front door, you saw that other construction. All in all, it's about 20,000 square feet, give or take a few feet. But all this was built in 4 months, 30 days. That is an incredible timeline, and when we were told the timeline we had to meet, I kind of bet against it and I lost. So here we are today, 4 months, 30 days later, in a state-of-the-art comm center. So that time frame to build, like I said, is unheard of and was accomplished without sacrificing any quality, as you can see. Everything in here is state-of-the-art and top of the line. To complete this complex project, though, it took many good and dedicated people working very hard, sometimes 7 days a week, weekends, long hours, but they were all committed. They were all very committed to meeting this timeline, and they met it. So what I would like to do, just real quick here, is to kind of recognize some of the people that were involved here, and I know I'm going to forget somebody, so forgive me if I forget you, or I don't mention you. But anyways, first of all, I would like to thank Sheriff Baldwin. Thank you, sir, for your leadership, your vision, and unwavering support. I know him and I talked about this project a lot, and he really pushed this. So, and that's what made this happen. Franklin County Commissioners John O'Grady, Erica Crawley, Kevin Boyce, thank you for believing in us, sharing our vision, and funding this project, quite honestly. So your support does not go unnoticed, and it is really greatly appreciated. County Administrator Ken Wilson and Deputy County Administrator Chris Long, thank you for your steadfast support. I mean, we talked about this a lot and had a lot of hard conversations as we came through all this. But when the big decisions needed to be made, they had no problem making it. And it's because of them, that's why we're here today. They made those big decisions, and they were the correct ones, obviously. So as I move forward here, Darla Reardon in PFM, Public Facilities Management. A lot of great people there, a lot of work went into this, but I was especially, and I think Chris Long mentioned this guy, Charlie Volpe. Charlie Volpe was the guy on this project, and he was very helpful. But his experience, knowledge, and guidance was invaluable, and I'm glad he was around for this. A big thanks to Cigarette Parks from Pizzuti. She basically managed the project. And Sig told me in the very beginning, my job from Pizzuti is to manage this job so you don't have to worry about it. And we didn't have to worry too much about it, I'll put it that way. As we move forward, thanks to Paul Hurls, Justin Flores, Matt Hicks from the Elford Construction for working tirelessly and coordinating all of these tradespeople that came in and out of here. And they worked long hours to get this done. Of course, nothing can begin or be built without the architects. So thanks to Philip Sauer and Sam Rosenthal from Scully Caldwell and all the great engineers from Corda. And then finally, last but not least, I would like to acknowledge some of the people that worked really hard on this project from the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. Well, I'm going to start with the CAD and GIS administrators, Danielle McCowan and Bob Hickman, for all the provisioning and programming they did on this CAD system. They put a lot of work into that, and it was very technical, very difficult. They answered a lot of questions and solved a lot of problems to bring it to where it is today. So thanks to those guys. It means a lot that they worked really hard on this. Then we go to the radio and electronics technician, Aaron Heflin, for his work on the new radio system, making sure it's programmed, making sure it's up and running, and all the consoles were working. And he also worked on related projects like this video wall you see behind us. And last but not least, PSAP manager Trevor Farrell. Trevor poured his heart and soul into this project. He was the guy everybody turned to when the difficult problems needed to be solved, and he seemed to always have the answers, or he found the answer. So everybody turned to him. He saw this entire project through from the beginning to the end and deserves great credit for his success. Trevor was going to walk you through the communication center operations today, but unfortunately, he cannot be here. So he's going to be missed today. However, we do have somebody that can walk you through it that's probably just as capable, and that's Aaron Heflin. So I'm going to have Aaron Heflin come up here and walk you through some of the operations of this radio room.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here today representing the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. First of all, I'd like to mention that what we have created here is actually kind of a first for Franklin County. This is the first 911 center in Franklin County Sheriff's Office history to be purpose-built from the ground up to support the highly technical operations of our employees and enable us to execute the mission in the most efficient manner possible. This is thanks to the support of the Franklin County Commissioner's Office and all of the hardworking Franklin County employees, including Public Facilities Management, the data center, our own Sheriff's Office employees, along with all of the contractors, construction, design team, as well as our state and local government partners, who truly embodied the term team spirit in order to not only build a state-of-the-art facility, but also in what has to be some kind of a record time. This project represents the best that government can do for the citizens that we serve, along with safely and efficiently dispatching not only the deputies of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, but also the 10 other law enforcement agencies in Franklin County that we provide primary dispatching services for. This building was designed and built to the highest standards, which will allow us to keep functioning even in the face of extreme severe weather or other natural disaster, and is designed to function independently with all systems having multiple forms of redundancy, which will keep us online even when other infrastructure around us is damaged or destroyed. We also work to build upon the recent CAD updates that Franklin County has invested in. CAD is an application that we use to process calls for service and manage the dispatching of deputies and officers to those citizens that require assistance. As you can see behind me, one of the views on the video wall is a map of Franklin County and shows our calls for service along with the location of our and other agencies' patrol vehicles in real time. We have the ability to drill down on the map to the street level and view all call details. This system is less than a month old, and this new center we're standing in allows us to fully utilize the features that this new technology provides us. The state of Ohio is currently making a massive change to how 911 calls are processed with the upcoming integration of Next Gen 911. In partnership with the City of Columbus, we are now prepared to implement those technology changes in our new space with the goal of even more efficient routing of calls for service. We have also migrated to the latest generation radio console technology from Motorola. Not only do we have full interoperability with all of the agencies in Franklin County, but also across the entire state of Ohio via the Ohio Multi-Agency Radio Communications System. This system in the room also has multiple layers of redundancy built in to keep us communicating via radio, even in worst-case scenarios. Each workstation you see here was purposely designed and built to streamline the job of the dispatcher while providing a comfortable working environment. Each station is set up exactly the same way, and the layout can be quickly customized at the push of a button to support the dispatcher's role that day, whether they be a primary channel dispatcher or a call taker. Behind me again is our new video wall, which is much more than a large television screen. This piece of technology allows us to experience a new level of situational awareness of real-time events that are happening all over the county, whether it is access to traffic cameras, severe weather information, CAD data, and much, much more. The power of this system and its many uses will only expand with time. And lastly, this new call center allows us to grow, not only with technology, but also staff as the need may arise. The world of law enforcement, just like many other aspects of modern day life, is changing rapidly, and Franklin County is now better prepared to take on those changes. Again, thank you to everyone who made this new space a reality, the design team, the contractors, Franklin County employees, the Commissioner's Office, and most of all, thank you to the residents of Franklin County that we proudly serve every day.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate that. And thank you to all the speakers. We greatly appreciate your support. We probably have a time for a few questions before the ribbon cutting. We'll also all be available for questions and interviews after the ribbon cutting. So with that, that concludes that portion of the conference. If there are no questions right now, we can go ahead and proceed with the ribbon cutting. That would be Commissioner Grady, Director, County Administrator Wilson, Deputy County Administrator Long, Chief Deputy Earl Smith, construction support teams from Pizzuti, BC, Elford, Schooley and Caldwell, Cordra, SM, B&H, I'm reading all these, Sheriff's team from radio, B Company PFM, AEP, Ohio Public Safety, all come forward. We get plenty of scissors. How are you doing?
Safety first. To make sure I got it right, Sheriff.
Okay. This is
Yeah, we have more. Aaron? They are now. They are.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all.
That's right.
And like I said, if you have any questions or anything, just let us know. We're all available. Thank you.
Good job. Good work. Nice work.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Following up on your
Thank you, sir.
Just
Thank you.
keep getting better out here.